Hey there. I wanted to share a little bit about my yoga journey. So, I started yoga after my third pregnancy. I had pretty bad scoliosis, 4 curves, all going different directions. My torso was twisted and toward my hip, and then my shoulders were forward, and my neck was starting to have a hump. It's carrying babies at a young age and multitasking. Yeah, and I didn't have those papooses, those little sweet carriers that everybody has these days. So it was just me holding a baby and doing things and making my body disproportional. That came with a lot of pain. And I was seeing a craniosacral therapist, 2 different ones. One that seemed to focus mostly on my head, and one that would do other techniques with my body. And then I was seeing a really great chiropractor, and then another really great chiropractor who was also a holistic practitioner. And it was very expensive. And of course, my body wasn't holding those postures because the muscles weren't retrained. And I found yoga. And I would wake up early before my babies would wake up, and I would just try sitting and pulling my spine straight and practicing some breath work. And it was hard. And so if you're finding that yoga is really uncomfortable, you're retraining your body, and it can be really uncomfortable. One of the beautiful things about yoga is that you learn how to breathe through intensity, and that's on the mat and off of the mat. That helped me so much as a mother, to breathe through intense times when my kids were being, kids. You see it in the wild where the kids are just like, and to be able to take a deep breath and know that that's part of their learning process and that there's a gentle way to handle that. It was really beautiful. And then in my marriage and other relationships and my work, it was just always right there. I can breathe through this intensity. So that's how it started. And then I started going to classes to learn more about, stacking my joints. And though having your joints stacked isn't for every situation, we think about these high intensity sports when we're running and jumping and landing, the knees do go over the toes. And so it's good to practice and train for those muscles as well. In yoga, we're practicing stacking the joints because the movements that we're making in yoga require that, so that you don't pull a tendon or a ligament or a muscle. And also it's just great practice for your posture. And so in doing all of that, I had various x-rays throughout time, and my spine actually was so straight in one of my, hello bird, in one of my x-rays that there was compression in new ways. And that was part of that healing practice. Like, I had to focus more then on taking a rolled towel and, having the curvature of my neck restored, and with my back. And so focusing in different stages, where is my body now? What is it that my body needs now? Which is a mindfulness practice that yoga has brought to me. It's tuning in and listening deeply. And I have went through 3 pretty severe back injuries, herniated discs, and car accidents and falls and such. And every time it was yoga and physical therapy, which I incorporate into my yoga practice. Because I've been practicing for 16 years, I have studied quite a lot of different types of yoga. Yen has given me the ability, when everything hurts so bad that I just cannot get into a flow, yen. Yen whenever I'm waking up and I'm super stiff and I just need what I call sleeping yen. I need a nap. I don't want to get up and do my practice, but I need to make sure that I spend time on my body, or I'm not going to be able to focus mentally. I'm not going to be able to show up as my best person because of my emotions, because I'm not feeling great. And I can do a little yin in the morning and wake up like feeling super flexible and ready to roll for my day. Vinyasa for that cardio, and then other forms of yoga for strength building and flexibility, and then I incorporate Pilates and some dance, and I incorporate physical therapy. And though that is not the traditional yoga way, that is what my body asks for, and it is an intuitive practice that I've learned is best for me, and there are other people that feels good for. And I've been teaching a class in Port Ludlow, Washington for 3 years. Now I'm in Barichara, Colombia, and we're tapping in online, and it feels really good to be able to serve a community of people that maybe traditional yoga doesn't feel good in their body. And if traditional yoga feels good in your body, I welcome you to that as well, because I am also practicing traditional yoga, and the teachings of yoga are so beautiful, life transforming. And I hope that you find the goodness in your life the way that I have in mine, in that healing journey. So welcome to my healing journey. Welcome to your healing journey. Thank you so much for being here. Much love and gratitude, peace, and wisdom to each one of us. Namaste.